Hello, I'm ABXSoyCat and welcome back to the video. So you might recall about a week ago I went through the top 5 features that I'm looking forward to coming from the PC to the console at some point in the future. And lots of people enjoyed that video, and I even asked in the comments for people to leave their own suggestions about what they want to see most come from the PC to the console, and the suggestions were mostly quite different to what I put in the video, so I figured why not go through the top 5 community most wanted features in today's video, and that's exactly what I'm doing, and showing you gameplay from the PC so you can see what they're going to look like when they do eventually come to console. So in today's video I'm going to be showing off what they look like, as well as how likely they look and when they might be coming. Hopefully you'll enjoy it. The top 5 most wanted community features. You can like it if you do like it because it helps out the channel and lets know you do like this sort of video. But with that said, let's get straight into talking about the very first of the 5 on this list, which is actually going to have to be, it was kind of like a toss-up between the command block, which is a little bit hard to show off, and also the observer block. I'd say slightly more people said the observer block, which might be like Pocket Edition players maybe, but yeah, the observer block is a block which came first to the Pocket Edition, then to the PC, and which a lot of people also want to see on the console, because if you do any amount of redstone, this can one, streamline a lot of redstone, but two, make some redstone possibilities which are, kind of possible right now, but not really in any sense, because this is an observer block right here. So first of all, the observer block is actually kind of funny to look at. It has a face, and then it's got a red thing on the back, and basically what the observer block can do is it observes what the face can see, and it converts that into a redstone signal on the back. So you can't see the red from back here, obviously, but basically what this means is when anything happens, any block update happens on the very start here. So if you, hoed a piece of grass, if you broke a block, if you placed a block, if you did anything like that, it's going to cause a block update, which will cause this to activate the redstone, and in this case, turn on the light. So every time we open and close the door, it's going to turn on the light for 1 quick second, and then it's going to turn off, which is just, you might think like, why is that useful? Why do you want lights to turn on so fast? But it's mostly used for more complex redstone contraptions to work out when something's being placed or when something's being destroyed. So like I said, it not only works when a door opens or closes, but it also works with fence gates, it works with trapdoors, it works with literally any action that changes a block's state or a block's, kind of update, and that's why it's, usually called the block update detector, but in game it is called the observer block, and it looks like this. It's a fun looking block by itself, but it also allows you to do some, here's an example. Let's do the reverse. Let's break this light and cause that to open this door over here, and oh yeah, you can do that too. Like I said, these are really basic contraption ideas, but they kind of show off the point that like, oh yeah, you can turn off a light and open a door just with one of these, by having a block broken, and the number of possibilities this allows for people who make maps and who make redstone is kind of amazing. So that's why people want it, and that is why it's the 5th most wanted feature for Minecraft on the console. I think it will be coming at some point this year. Exactly when is hard to say, but it's almost certainly going to be coming at some point very shortly, I'd say. So with that said, let's move on to the 4th most wanted feature, which is one that, I almost wanted to include in the last video, but it's always so hard to get to work on the PC because there's a weird bug of it in 1.11, but basically it is the, the firework boosting mechanic from 1.11.1, if I'm not mistaken, which basically allows you to boost yourself if you have fireworks and an elytra. So let me show you what I mean by that. Here's me flying right now, and here's me flying as I fire an elytra, as I fire a firework. So you probably saw the speed boost right there. Basically, it allows you to use these as like a rocket boost, and it functions a lot actually like the existing function in the glide mini game, the boost. It's like that, but you can control the boost, and you can use them in survival too. It's a lot of fun because, you can use them to not only go in different directions, so look, here's me going in like 180s and stuff, but you can also use them to go really high in the sky and kind of just fly a lot further than you otherwise could. So yeah, let's say I go all the way towards the ground and like I want to get into the sky, I don't want to like go through the whole effort. What you can just do is you can just fire a couple into the sky, and you can use it as an upwards boost, and suddenly I'm back where I started. Actually, I'm not sure where I started. It was somewhere around here. Oh, there we go. Back where I started, despite being so low, because fireworks will work like that, and it means fireworks, get a really cool secondary use, one that you want to use not just for celebrations, and I think it makes the elytra better, it makes fireworks better, and it just makes the game a bit more fun. It's such a tiny feature, but it's one everyone seems to love, and that's why it seems to be the 4th most wanted feature, but not quite as, wanted as dual wielding seems to be. So dual wielding is one that every single time you mention it, you cause controversy, so here's some controversy right now. Controversy. But no, the basically dual wielding is something which, is one, I think it is the most controversial Minecraft feature of all time, because obviously, when people talk about it, they talk about the fact that, oh yeah, well I want to be able to just, fire my sword over and over and over again, but I can't because dual wielding. However, dual wielding and the new combat system technically aren't related. They kind of need to come together, but technically dual wielding is not the controversial part. Dual wielding is just the ability to hold 2 weapons at once, or not 2 weapons necessarily. In fact, usually not 2 weapons. Instead, it's the ability to use your right click and your left click on different weapons. So, in case you're curious about what that means, basically, you know how the sword is used with the attack command and the block placing is used with the other trigger on console? This would mean that you'd be able to use both of those in your hand at once, so I can place, my glowstone lamps while still hitting other people. That's kind of the point of this. It means that you could be in a cave and you could, let's pretend these firework rockets are torches. You could place down torches while also being ready to fight mobs. If you're playing PvP PvP or something, you know, and you want to like be ready for lava attacks, you could have your water bucket out while also having a sword out. So as you can see, I'm going to keep refilling the water bucket. That's an amazing use of it. Basically, any single time you want to use 2 items that you should be able to use at once but can't right now, you can do that using dual wielding. And obviously, one other big part of it, lots of people really love, is the shield. The shield, if you don't know, you can use in the dual wielding mode to, you know, block off, I think it's 100% of damage as of the current updates. It was 66% at one point, then it went down to 50, then it's up in 100. But basically, yeah, the shield's damage is a bit variable, but it's kind of like the block on the sword, but even more powerful. So yeah, you can block with the shield and block a lot of damage, which is pretty nice. You know, you don't have to just be immediately dead. If you can have a shield, it kind of blocks you from that. And just all of these changes together, people really love the, you know, the dual wielding system. And even if they don't add the new combat, they add the dual wielding first, like the Pocket Edition has actually done already, then I think we might see this at some point fairly soon. But again, it's one of the more controversial features because battle on console, there's all these things they have to consider, and whether it will come or not is a big mystery still. But I really want to see it, and so do a lot of you, but not quite as many of you as who want to see the next most, you know, wanted feature from the community, which is Minecraft Realms. So Minecraft Realms works on the PC right now, and it works in the Pocket Edition. However, they are entirely different systems. Let me just show on the PC, because I get a bunch of invites. I can join a realm which says mini games everywhere. This person, they pay $7.99 a month, I believe it is. It's some amount, but you can pay yearly, or, but you know, there's lots of different subscriptions available, and you can pay this amount every month or every year, and you can have your own basically private Minecraft server. And this private Minecraft server, you can invite people to at any time, and the world will work even when you're not running it. And the basic idea is like, oh yeah, we can have worlds which run without one of us having to pay for an Xbox, leave it on all day, and just, you know, hope that it doesn't crash. Instead, Minecraft, you know, they can pay for the server space, pay for all that sort of stuff, and instead we can all join that. So yeah, you do have to invite people manually. You have to whitelist people. There's a limit. I think it's 10 on the PC of how many you can, you know, have on the server at once. So basically, you know, let's say it's 16 on the console, you know, on the next gen ones, and 8 on the current ones. So 8 to 16 players, probably 8 players, you know, any one time on a console. But once you've got people in the world, you can do anything you want there, and it can reset. And there's a bunch of, like, you know, stuff that's set up for realms to make it a very fun experience. So if you're curious as to, you know, like what that means, in this case, this person's got some mini games set up. I don't know if they built these themselves or if they are actual mini games. But as you can see, yeah, I'm kind of exploring this for the first time for all of you. There's a game mode here that's like about defending and attacking a castle. It looks like that looks kind of fun, and you could play that on the server, then reset it, and people could play it on the server even when you're not there, because lots of these games just use, again, they use like command blocks on the PC, but that's a big thing for the console that I just mentioned earlier. But there's basically, ooh, I do wonder what's going on here. Maybe it's a flying minigame, but basically, yeah, if you hear us, like, basically, realms are a very exciting new feature because you can have community worlds. You can have worlds where you know, you join and leave at certain times, and you can have a world where, like, a bunch of you get together and play at different times without one of you needing to always be there, which is just wonderful in that regard. Personally, you know, for me, I love the idea of realms because anyone can invite me to a realm. I don't have to be their friend, I don't believe, or at least it shouldn't work that way, which means I can check out more of your worlds, like I'm checking out this person. Again, I have no idea who they are. They're just a random person, some invite. I love to check out people's, you know, worlds, and I'll be doing some of that. But also, I'd love to have a, you know, realm of like, oh yeah, let's get some YouTubers together and have a YouTube realm, or, you know, let's have like a just subscriber realm. Let's invite some people, see how that goes. Just the idea of having a community world, which is always on, is a very interesting idea, and it's one that is the second most wanted feature based on the comments of last video. But what is the most wanted feature of all time? Oh look, there's an Elite Germany game. Oh, they totally had one. Let's quickly do it before I move on to the first one, because look, this is what you can do at realms. You can invite people. You can invite Toycat to come fly through your Elytra rings, and he might just act. Oh, I don't have an Elytra, right? My bad. But yeah, you could, in theory, do this, and wouldn't that be fun? It would be, in my opinion. So yeah, that's it. Let's move on to the very first most wanted feature, which requires the newest snapshots. So as much as I was secretly hoping the #1 feature would be party parrots, because we all know, you know, this is the real best feature of all time, maybe people figured, you know what, we don't need to say it, because it's already been said, party parrots, #1 Minecraft feature of all time. So given that that was the case, that we already know this is the #1 best feature of the whole world, what was the #1 most requested feature based on the comments and based on Twitter? It seems to be concrete. That's right, concrete and the concrete powder. I saw a lot of concrete powders and a lot of concretes, so I guess the two together kind of come together. But yeah, basically I saw a lot of the two things together, and honestly, I entirely understand why, because even though it's such a simple change to the game, it's like they literally just made a block they've already made, but they made it good. There's stained clay, there's you know, concrete, but there's the fact that they've done it in such a good way makes this block so intriguing, and it makes you want to build with it. So you know, here's another comparison. Here's a Triforce made out of you know, stained clay. Here's a Triforce made out of you know, yellow and black. Here is some concrete powder. Here is some concrete, you know, combined together. You can just see how like any combination of like exciting colors together makes for some fascinating build colors. Here's a cross I made out of orange and blue. Just look how colourful this thing is. It's so bright and vibrant. On the recording, it's a different orange, but still, the fact that there is such vibrant colours in Minecraft is something that's really exciting and makes me think, wait a minute, why have we not done this before? How has it taken, you know, like, what is it, 8 years of Minecraft to get to the point where we have a colourful block like this? Why did we not have this before? Because it is such an amazing feature that I really want to see it come to console as soon as humanly possible. I don't care if they have to, like, you know, skip PC versions and not make too much sense, because this is one of the best Minecraft PC features I think they've ever added, and I think it'd be a real shame never, you know, not to add them onto the console very, very soon, because look at the possibilities that, like, literally 16 colored blocks can bring to the game. Even if they're creative only, the idea that you can make these is exciting enough for me. And yeah, basically concrete powder. Let me place some around here. Actually, wait, do I have some concrete powder? Let's get some concrete powder, which can then turn into concrete. Is such a simple concept, but it's one that really revolutionizes how a lot of people want to build. And I think, you know, if that's how people want to be about it, then we should give them the blocks. And that's why I think concrete is the most. Look at these blocks and how well they go together. It's so vibrant. But yeah, basically, you know, these blocks are some of the best ideas I think they've ever had, and I think they're going to be some of the best features they ever add to the game when they do eventually come out in the nearest future. But again, for now, we just have to assume they're coming out sometime in 2017. But I'm really excited regardless. Hopefully all of you are too, and hopefully you did all enjoy today's video. Again, I'll be doing feature previews like I used to do when there's an update coming out that we know roughly about. But right now, you know, 4J are keeping their cards roughly close to their chest. So whether the next update will be Realms or whether it will be you know, 1.11 style update, we don't know for sure. But I do know that I'll keep you up to date with it and let you know the latest as soon as that happens. I'm very excited for all of these things, and hopefully all of you are too. You can like that if you did like it, share if you really liked it, and let me know in the comments down below. I know what you thought of the video, or you can just say first, because those are very high quality comments that I absolutely love to read. So yeah, thank you very much for watching the video, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.